Cierta noche aciaga, cuando con la mente cansada meditaba sobre varios libros de sabiduría ancestral y asentía adormecido, de pronto se oyó un rasguido, como si alguien muy suavemente llamara a mi portal.
Hi, greetings from Baltimore. I'm Edgar Allan Poe. I was a very talented writer, poet, and journalist known as the master of short tales. I wrote very famous stories such as The Black Cat, The Raven, The Fall of the House of Usher, The Premature Burial, and The Pit and the Pendulum. I was born in Boston on January 19, 1809. My parents were David Poe and Elizabeth Arnold. Sadly, they died when I was a boy. After they died, I was adopted by Frances and John Allan, and they took me to their mansion in Baltimore. I had a decent education. In my free time, I read several books, magazines, and journals. I went to the college in Virginia, but they expelled me for my behavior. My adoptive father gave me a temporary job, which I left so I could publish my very first book, Tamerlane and Other Poems, in 1827. 2 years later, my adoptive mother died, and John Allan enlisted me in the West Point Academy. Before joining West Point, I published my second book, Al Araf, Tamerlane, and Minor Poems. In July of 1830, I joined to West Point as a cadet, but I left the army 1 year later, after publishing my third book named Only Poems. I returned to Baltimore with my family and my brother, who was very sick. He died, and his death encouraged me to become a successful writer, so I started to write tales instead of poems, and I was able to publish some of my stories in a journal from Philadelphia. Between 1834 and 1840, I wrote for a few journals. I secretly got married with my cousin, Virginia, and we moved to Pennsylvania. She was only 13 years old while I was 26. I lost my job for my alcohol addiction, and my wife got sick in 1842. It was an unknown disease with no cure, so she was unable to overcome her illness, and she passed away 5 years later. Her death really affected me. I stopped writing, and my alcohol addiction increased. I died on October 7th, 1849 at 5 a.m. The cause of my death is still unclear, but the medical report and the death certificate were lost. People speculated heart attack, suicide, or congestion, but I am the only one who knows the truth. My body lies in a grave located in Baltimore, and now it's time to return to it.